by the Harry hosts of Hogarth, coming at you to the community. Let's stick together. Sarasota, Florida is where a comic king lives. Traveled across the oceans when he was a kid. Now living the American dream, all down to hard work. Estimate time of arrival, Nick. Damn, your boss was a jerk. Iron Man 150, that's where it started. We've all heard the story, sweet and lighthearted. Flipping through pages, absorbing the art. Miller Perez, but that was just the start. Neil Adams blew his mind, Buscema mastermind, and Romita, oh wow, mighty fine.
Everybody loves ETA Nick, ETA Nick, ETA Nick. Everybody loves ETA Nick, and ETA Nick loves comic books. ETA Nick!
Hello, welcome back to another WAM, What a Month video. After I made the first video, it was not easy to pick a second month. I didn't realize that, it's going to be that hard. But I found a second month. About a year and a half, or even maybe 2 years ago, I made a series of videos talking about the year 1968 is one of the awesome years that are often overlooked. And I brought out a bunch of books for 1968 in that series of video. I will try to find those videos and put the link below for those that have never seen those, I think 3 or 4 videos. But I didn't show everything, all the books that came out in 1968. So I picked a month that I thought is perhaps one of the best for 1968, February 1968. What a month. Let me take out the box. Let's start out something small. You have this great Fantastic Four cover. Look at this, issue 74 with Galactus and the Silver Surfer and this guy, the original Punisher. For those that are not familiar with that character, but look at that beautiful cover. If I was buying book off the rack in February 1968, my goodness, talking about an awesome cover to pick. Even if you don't collect a Fantastic Four, look at that. Okay, so right off the bat you have that. Who doesn't love this Spider-Man cover? The Kingpin. He was so popular after issue 50 that they brought him back fairly quickly. Look at that. That's a great killer book. And this copy, for those that watch my collection video, yeah, it's a beauty. Now, what's interesting for February 1968 is 29 days, a leap year, and I guess some book came out February, the first day of February and the last day of February. So for some title, you get a double dose, okay? And Captain America is one of them. Thor is the other title. There's a couple titles that came out with 2 books for that month. So talking about 2 issues. Okay, you have 101 and 102. Double dose. How can anyone complain about those 2 covers, right? I don't have a lot of DC books, but no doubt Neil Adams full-blown being used in so many covers. But the one book that I have, one of the few books I have, is this one. One of my favorite tough book to find, Strange Adventures 211. Look at that. I have shown this book before, but my god, yes. I could, for those that have many of the Neil Adams book, for 1968, there are a ton of Neal Adams cover. Another title that also give you 2 books. Submariner. What more can be said? Right, you get issue 1, and then at the end of February, you get issue 2. Double dose. Does anyone disagree that it's a heck of a month? You know, as we all know, 1968 is when Marvel launched a bunch of new titles because of the new distribution channels that they were able to utilize. Another beauty, another classic, the launch of Nick Fury with the Rancor. Amazing, isn't it? It's hard to believe that if you are around to buy the books in February 1968, you would have been giddy. And another launch, of course, had to do with Doctor Strange. These 2 books came out. The last of Strange Tale with Doctor Strange with this beautiful Dan Adkins cover. Gorgeous. One of my favorite Dan Adkins Doctor Strange cover for sure. Look at that. And then of course you have Doctor Strange in his own title. Okay. Last but not least is Captain Marvel #1. Now you see why I said this is WAM. This month deserves to be in my series of What a Month. What's neat about this book is I have a purple variant. Yes, a purple variant. I'm not sure which one is rarer, but I'm glad you stick around to watch it. If you make it this far, anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this WAM video. Thanks for watching.